Welcome. And in this episode, we're going to talk about how a book is the ultimate differentiator when it comes to marketing and growing your business. And here's the thing, a book is the number one marketing asset you could have in your toolbox. It is the most versatile thing that you can have in your business. It is like the fast pass of business growth, right? You go to Disneyland and get a fast pass, incredible day of experience, the happiest day of your life. But if you have a fast pass to business growth, now all of our dreams come true all day, every day. So let's take a look a little bit further. Many of you are familiar with a Swiss Army knife. And when you think of a Swiss Army knife, you think of something that can be used in so many different ways. And guess what? You can keep it in your pocket. A Swiss Army knife can be a large blade, a small blade, scissors, can opener, toothpick, tweezers, nail files. You name it, it can probably do it. And here's what's really amazing is you can just have it once and then you can use it over and over and over again in so many different use cases. Your book is a Swiss Army knife, but one that can make you a lot of money and change the world. Are you kidding me? And we're going to talk about in this episode the different ways that we can utilize our book as the ultimate differentiator in our marketing strategy. But I'm a basketball guy. So Swiss Army knives are great, but I'm not a big camper. I'm not a big utility guy on that front. I'm a basketball guy. And let's break down LeBron James, okay? LeBron James is one of the best to ever play the game. He's on my Lakers. Let's go, LA Lakers representing. But he is the man, okay? He is the man. He is great on offense. He has all the athleticism. He has the height. He can shoot. He can defend. He can guard multiple positions, meaning he can guard point guards. He can guard centers. He can guard everybody on the court at once. He can score from wherever. And so what this does is this makes him so much more valuable. Think of Giannis on the Milwaukee Bucks. These guys are so versatile because they can do so many different things, increasing their value on the court. Okay, when a lot of people look at different athletes, they say, oh, what can you do? And then they look for your weaknesses. Well, guys like LeBron and Giannis, they can do almost everything. And it becomes this amazing, like, oh my gosh, this guy can do it all. And it helps us build a team around them. And so your book is like the Swiss Army knife meets LeBron James meets the Disneyland Fast Pass because it can do it all for you in your business. And this entire episode is dedicated to showing you some different ways of how we can use it to be the ultimate differentiator in our marketing plan. So let's dig into that. The first way that you can really use your book is you can use it as a paid product. So a lot of times, people that have followings are getting tons of inbound inquiries, asking questions, getting a lot of DMs. And one of the first things that they could do is, if they have a book, they could just direct them straight to the book because the book will most likely answer all the questions they're getting in the DM. So mix responses to get that personal touch with a book and boom, now you have a paid product. If you are just starting your business, you can have a book and boom, you can get sales every single month. And the cool thing about your book is once it's up, once it's out there, anytime someone gets a sale, you get a piece of the pie. So it's in perpetuity. So it's a great way to use your book as a paid product. You can sell it. You can welcome people in. It can save you time because you can just direct people there and you can get paid back on that time frame. And here's an example. I always tell people it's not necessarily about how many Amazon sales you get, but anytime you do get sales on your book, it is a great little bonus to have in your arsenal. And don't mind me, but I love going to my bank account and being like, oh, cool, Amazon just sent me a check for book sales. That's a great feeling, and this can happen right off the bat once you have a book. So whether you have a small following or a big following, you can use this as a paid product, an entry point for your customers on their customer journey. It can be part of your value ladder, your ascension model. It can be something that you downsell people into. So there's so many different ways that you can use your book as a paid product, and that is just the first way of how we use our book to differentiate in our marketing plan. The second way that we can really use our book is as a networking tool. So my second book is literally called Elevate Your Network. So I love networking, and I'm all about building these relationships and finding different ways to connect with people, and not just connect with them, but to connect with them in a way that is authentic to you and to them, in a way that feels good, and in a way that actually builds a real relationship. Not one of these relationships that's like, hey, we talked one time and now you're my friend. No. It's how do you build a relationship that's ongoing, and how do you really get in the door? And so having a book gets you past the gatekeeper. So for example here, let's say you're trying to get in touch with a podcast host and they have a big following. You send them a DM, you can't get in touch with them. You've tried reaching out, but you can't seem to get in touch with them or get a response. Well, if you have a book, now what you could do is ask the assistant, ask the gatekeeper to ask them to say, hey, can I send XYZ a copy of my book? What happens now is not only do they say, oh my gosh, yes, that's so nice of you because you're providing value, but they'll actually often give you the person's address or send them an address. So what you do is you now have the person's address you want to get in touch with, or at the very least, you have a way of getting past the basic block, aka the person guarding their time and their email, and you can send them a copy of your book. And what you do, a ninja hack, is you put a note in that book that is handwritten that starts to build your relationship, thanking them for everything they've done for you, thanking them for the knowledge they've shared, how they've impacted your life. And then that person now has a great chance to see it. Now, the law of reciprocity is basically, oh, I just got this book from someone. The least I could do is say thank you. That's how you could start to build a relationship, and it gets you in the door. A book is a great way to network with podcast people. It's a great way to network with event coordinators for speaking engagements. It's a great way to network at events. All right, business cards. Nobody wants your business cards. Why? Because you get a business card, you bring it home, you're like, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna reply to this person. 6 weeks goes by, now you got dust and lint or whatever the heck's going on that's around your office, and then you say, oh, you know what, I'm just cluttering. And then you throw it in the garbage and you never build that relationship. But when you send someone your book, or you give away a book at a conference or an event, or you send someone a copy of it in the mail after having a great intro call, all of a sudden now they get this package. Everybody loves packages. Once they open this package, they got a gift. Everybody loves a gift. Then now you have a 5.5 by 8.5 book that is taking up shelf space right in front of them. You know what people fight for all day long at grocery stores is shelf space. Well, what you've just done is you've found the entrepreneurial shelf space. All right, listen to this. Now you've sent them a book. Now your book is taking up space on their desk, meaning they're starting to think about you, meaning they might read your book, meaning they're likely to reach out to you. Boom. Now you got a relationship. I'll take you even one more further on a networking tool. It's depending on the type of book you want to use. It doesn't just have to be once you finish the book that you can use it as a networking tool. When I was writing The Elevated Entrepreneur, I did an interview style book. And we'll talk on this show about all the different types of books and all these amazing things. But I did an interview style book. And this, by having that, I was able to create such a valuable ask that people, it was a no-brainer for them to say yes. So instead of just asking them to be on my summit or to just be on my podcast, I said, hey, do you want to be in my book? I'm literally compiling the best in the world, and I'm putting together this amazing book. It's free marketing for you. All you got to do is we got to do a quick 20-minute interview. And I was able to get some amazing, amazing people. And it really came full circle for me when I used this book as a networking tool, because I got to interview one of my favorite authors of all time, in John Gordon. His book, Training Camp, was one of the first I ever read, along with How to Win Friends and Influence People, when I was growing up. The first people at this podcast that I ever heard, John Lee Dumas, Pat Flynn, both of them agreed to be part of this book. So by writing a book, you now open yourself up to unbelievable networking opportunities. All right. The third way that a book is the ultimate differentiator. Now, and if you're listening to this and you're just like, Jake, you're inside my head, go ahead, take some notes. Look, I know I talk really fast. Slow it down, push pause, do what you gotta do, but take some notes, pull your car over, whatever you gotta do here. Well, obviously, safety first, everybody. Safety first, but we're gonna keep firing at you here. So the third way that you can use your book is as an onboarding gift. All right, this creates an incredible customer service experience from the get-go. We've all heard this idea that the best customer is the one you already have. Well, this is exactly the same concept here is once someone agrees to work with you or someone invests with you, whether it's a course, a membership, a mastermind, a coaching program, whatever it is, you send them a copy of your book. And in that book, you send them a custom handwritten note or you personalize it to that person. What that does is it creates an unbelievable feeling of acceptance, of excitement. And so that person comes into your world being like, this person's awesome. They just sent me a copy of their book. I'm so excited. What does that do? Well, now they start to tell people. Now they start to refer you. Now they start to take pictures of it and post on social media. Guess what? You're starting to get marketing already and you haven't even provided them a result. Now they're starting off on a high note, which means that they're going to be more receptive to what you have to say. And it continues on and on and on, ultimately leading to them getting upsold, investing in you further, or referring other people to you. So put yourself in the shoes of a new client or of a new customer. How great would it be if you received something very, very special, right? A book can be an incredible onboarding gift. Now, the fourth way here that we're really going to describe that your book is the ultimate differentiator is it can be used as a direct way to sign clients. Okay, so your book can potentially be the difference of if someone works with you or doesn't work with you. Let me give you a couple of examples here. So let's say you are looking to hire a new coach. And you have Coach A and you have Coach B. Both are great. Both are seemingly awesome. They seem to know what they got going on. And Coach A has a book and Coach B doesn't have a book. Coach A sends you a copy of the book before you even start working and is like, hey, I'm so excited to start working with you. Which coach are you more likely going to go with? Now, I've asked a lot of people this, and the majority of people say, well, I'm going to go with Coach A because they seem more reliable. They seem more credible. They seem to have more experience. Now, again, this is assuming everything else is fairly equal, but you can use your book as a way to put your clients over the edge to make investment decisions, okay? Think about it like this. Let's say you are going to give a speech. People that hire speakers, they love people that have books. All right, again, think of some of the biggest names. Many of them have a book. Why? A book creates this authority and this perception that you are the leading expert. Who does a event coordinator, who does someone who hires speakers want? They want the expert in a particular field. So the minute I had the book on Elevate Your Network, all of a sudden people want to hire me to talk on networking. And so if there were two people I was competing with, well, if they wanted someone to talk about networking, I got the call because I had the best-selling book. So it's an unbelievable way to sign clients and give you the upper hand when it comes to competition. And look, we know competition's fierce right now. All right, we know competition is fierce. And so having this book gives you the upper hand, it gives you the advantage to close more deals, to sign more clients, and ultimately to get your book out there to more people. And the fifth way and the final way for this episode that you can use your book as a differentiator is you can use it as a freebie or a lead magnet. And this is what's so cool is if you could only use your book as a freebie but also a paid product, that would be really incredible. But how do you use it as a freebie or a lead generation tool? Well, on one hand, you can give your book away for free. So when you self-publish a book, you can buy what's called author copies, which is basically very, very cheap. It's the printing cost. And you can get those and give them away like hotcakes, okay? What that does is that's an unbelievable gift for someone to receive. And people are like, okay, awesome. You can run a free plus shipping book funnel where you give away your book. People pay you for the shipping, but now you have their contact information and they have your book. You can run giveaways. You can give it to people who attend this speech and then use that as a way to follow up with them. You can use your book in so many different ways to generate leads, and that gives you an opportunity to start nurturing people. All right. We have to find ways to bring people in order to convert them. Well, having a book is a great asset that a lot of people are interested in learning more about. And if they start to read your book and see you as the answer from a free book that you gave them or gifted them, they're going to either share that, talk about it, market it for you on social media, or say, you know what? You are the person that I need to invest with. I need to buy whatever you're selling because your book just gave me everything I need to know and I completely trust you. Okay? So let me ask you this question. What other marketing asset can do all of this? I mean, what other marketing asset can you spend time doing it once and then have all of these other benefits? I've tried a lot of different things in business, and I'll tell you, a book is the most versatile thing that you can have in your arsenal. And truth be told is I want you to work smarter, not harder. All right, you can spend an hour a day making social content, 5 hours a week, banging your head on the counter trying to come up with new ideas. You could spend 3 months trying to write your entire course or build out an entire group program. You can invest thousands of dollars in gifts and other people's books. You can fly across the country hoping to get 1 minute of someone's time by catching them in the bathroom at a speaking event. Or you could write a book. You can use your book as the social post. You can use your book to frame your outline for the group program. You can use your book as your gifts. You can use your book to get you on the speaker stage, not just to find the speaker. A book is the most versatile. You spend time doing it correctly once, and it will last you years and years and years. You get paid. It's a great gift. It's a way to sign clients. It's a networking tool, and it's a freebie or a lead magnet. Look, we got to work smarter, not harder. This is efficiency. This is big idea to bestseller. All right. And I know that if you're already helping people and that you want to help more people, this book gives you an opportunity to do that at scale. It gives you a chance to help people at scale, grow your business at scale, travel the world at scale. A book is the ultimate differentiator that you can have in your business. So that is a wrap on this episode. I appreciate you for tuning in. I appreciate your attention. I know you have a million things going on, and I know there's a million other podcasts that you can listen to, but you're here, right now, and I appreciate you. Let's go out there and do something great today. I'll see you on the next one.